Everyone's a pedophile these days, it seems.
Yeah, Smash got blown up hard.
But what? Is that also full of pedophiles?
Yeah, like pedos and rapists. And...
Oh, rapists? What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, I mean, you know D1, Ronnie?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, he's like one of the most well-known commentators. He's a rapist.
He's a rapist! Oh my god!
Yeah, D1's apparently a rapist.
Okay, now are these just accusations?
They're pretty well, like, proven, I guess. Like, they're heavily corroborated by a lot of people. Like, a big thing is that apparently a lot of this stuff has been known for a while and no one said anything till now.
I don't know.
Bruh. This is a disaster.
Was ist the Welt kommt to?
It's good that it's coming out, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Freaking, that gotta be still there raping for another 3 years if we just...
Yeah.
Jeez, that's horrible. My god.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what?
Yeah, another one of the like casters who's a woman apparently was having relations with a 14-year-old.
A 14-year-old boy?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm already recording.
Yeah, I've been recording.
No, don't delete it. Don't delete it. Don't delete it. Keep it in.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, clap. Cool, good shit, guys. That was really good.
Chris.
Yeah, that was actually really good. This
that
should
was
go into the episode right here, just so everyone knows that we gotta get the track right beforehand. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Anything Goes podcast, where it's just four guys talking about a bunch of dumb shit or something that just in recent news or whatever, gaming community, anime, whatever it may be. You're joined here by your four hosts. Myself, Eli, Sean.
What's good?
Ronnie. And Aiden.
Hello.
And we're just going to jump right into it because we were literally holding a conversation prior to recording and just kind of decided that we should probably be recording the conversation that we're having at that very moment instead of just kind of trailing and using whatever the hell it is that we're talking about beforehand and then getting into the podcast and having nothing to talk about. But something about the Smash community, guys. What was that?
They're full of rapists.
This is true.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it just turns out a lot of well-known people that were liked are dirtbags. So awesome.
Yeah.
Bunch of freaking Steve Harveys.
Smash fags are just getting dabbed
Steve
on.
Harvey. What do you mean? You mean Harvey Weinstein?
No, Harvey Weinstein. Why did I say Steve Harvey? I'm sorry, Steve Harvey.
Yeah, that is a wholesome man right there.
God, Twitter's gonna
I
blow
don't
up
know
and
about
say
that.
Steve
At
Harvey.
this point, I don't trust anyone anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
No one's wholesome anymore.
That's not true.
The world has been ruined. The
Keanu-
illusion has been shattered.
Keanu Reeves is wholesome.
Keanu Reeves probably has like 30 kids in his basement right now.
Dude, don't say that. Don't say that. You'll break my heart. That will
Dude,
break my
don't
heart.
doubt
Like,
his
I would
power.
be destroyed. I would be actually destroyed if that was the case. Please.
Is that
don't.
fucking?
I know.
He's like Anakin. He's like, don't underestimate my power.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
make me kill you.
Smash fags getting dabbed on by their own players, who reveal have been like raping minors and shit.
Yeah.
It really
it's
is a
crazy,
kid's
though.
game. Wow.
Remember when like the worst figurehead was Mango being an alcoholic, and now
Or
this?
Leffen just being a general fag, but now it's
yeah,
like...
now they're the good guys.
You know it's
Wow.
bad when Leffen has the moral high ground to complain about.
It's so true.
Now I've talked in the bit about Smash before in the past, like as someone who like plays and stuff. But anyone in this call can tell you I hate the Smash community with a passion. So I'm really not upset like at all by this. But
Well,
we just
you should be upset about what's happening.
Yes,
but
I'm upset.
you
I'm
gotta-
upset
yeah.
that it happened. But like,
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. I always do the Smash community as a fucking blow up. So
And it's crazy too because, like we were saying prior to when we were saying off air, it's happening so much, and it's so common right now, given the fact that everyone these days is just getting hit with these allegations and everything. Because I don't know, some of it's not proven, some of it is. I'm not gonna slander someone's name if it could just be false accusations. It does happen, but it could be genuine, so I'm not gonna belittle the experience. But even right now, isn't there's majorly on YouTube, there's like the makeup community or whatever is like having like a lot of issues with, I don't know if it was like pedophilia or bestiality. I'm not joking.
You can't.
I'm not joking. I don't remember who it was. I don't know the names of any of these people really. I just know one dude was talking about, and he's super popular. Was talking about how he jacks off on his cat or something. and I
Oh,
was
you're
like,
talking about...
Shane Dawson.
Oh my god,
Shane
Eli! How are you so far behind?
dude,
Yeah,
I don't.
remember that.
wait, what happened?
I don't know.
That was like a
Shane
year
Dawson and
ago,
his
dude.
cat?
It was
Well,
like
no,
a joke he
there's
made
stuff
on a
that's, like-
video about it.
Well, no. Apparently, a lot more stuff is like
Yeah,
surfaced amongst
a
like
lot
all of
of
these
stuff.
groups like just recently.
What's the
and-
new stuff? I
well,
only know about the
Shane
cat.
Dawson apparently in
does
like old
jack
videos.
off on his cat? No, I'm just playing.
No, but apparently in some old videos he was like sexualizing Will Smith's daughter when she was underage,
Wow, that is fucked up.
and
Wait,
then he got called out by Jaden Smith.
How?
on,
Wait, how
on
is he
Twitter.
sexualizing her?
I don't know. He had like a poster of her, and he was saying really creepy stuff to it or something.
Power to Jaden, protect your sister. Yeah.
And yeah, the people just found like a pattern of like
I mean,
weird pedophilic like behavior from him.
Well, the only thing that I know is I saw this video on Twitter of this chick saying, who was the guy? James Charles. Fuck you, James Charles. Or who was the guy we were just talking about? What's his name?
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson. She was like, fuck you, Shane Dawson. She goes outside, she throws her makeup on the floor and just starts smashing it. And I was like,
What the?
okay.
Shane- does he
I
do-
didn't
Who is
get it.
Shane Dawson?
I
Wait,
didn't
does
get
he
it. I
do
don't know.
makeup? Sean?
Shane Dawson is like one of the OG YouTubers from like back in 06 when the platform really
Okay.
like started.
I know his name, but I've never watched anything.
Does he do
made
makeup?
skit
Shane
videos.
Dawson
He was like
canceled.
Ryan Higa and them. He just made random, goofy, dumb skit videos in an age where people didn't care
Yeah.
what you said.
Usually they
was-
were mostly trash, like most of the stuff back then.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But,
yeah,
But
Well,
wait,
I
but
haven't
he
seen-
does.
So are they jokes, the old videos, or like? Were
yeah,
they
they're
actually
jokes.
fucked
Like,
up?
so they're skits. They're just like, let's just be outrageous and stupid.
So it's like,
Yeah.
the,
But it
what's
doesn't
his
make
face
it
thing, the
okay
James
to
Gunn thing,
sexualize
right?
children.
Where he would like made jokes about like he made
Yeah,
pedophilia jokes.
sort of. Yeah, it was just to be edgy and like a lot of
Because-
people who get canceled now. They were young and stupid, and they thought it was funny to be outrageous.
Well, because that
Yeah,
was the comedy back during that time.
Yeah, I mean that was part
Yeah.
of it.
Is he like
And it
actually
sucks,
canceled? Like, did he actually do
No.
something?
Yeah,
or-
he's getting like hard.
Is he
canceled
getting
right
hard
now, I think.
canceled? It's not gonna
Pretty
last.
sure people
I
are
don't-
calling him a pedophile.
I don't think
It's
it's
like
gonna
pretty
last.
hard canceled if you ask me.
I don't think it's gonna last.
I
They
mean,
always
that's
never
what I was
does.
gonna
They
say. I
It
don't
never really
think-
does.
I don't know how much any of this is really gonna last past a couple months.
They usually,
you gotta
they usually
realize-
don't.
I mean, for an example, you got to realize the King Nappy. He was the
Oh, he got fucked.
biggest. Yeah, he was the biggest Pokemon YouTuber / streamer or
Mhm.
whatever. And his cancel lasted for like 2 months, 2-3 months. He's back now, but he just streams. He doesn't really upload to YouTube. I don't think.
Wasn't he an actual
But-
sicko though?
No, I mean it was
He-
true.
He
yeah.
had
Yeah, like, everything
There was
that was
actual
there was,
text and everything. He was basically like talking to younger people, men, boys and girls, younger
Yeah.
boys and girls.
He was, like, coercing them into
basically being a
relationships,
pedophile.
right?
And that just kind of got out of hand. And
Apparently, he was
went
like
where
really
that did.
toxic amongst like the friend circle and stuff.
yeah,
like
really toxic amongst his friend circle. Apparently, Jeffree Star as well is one of the people with Shane Dawson. I'm not quite sure who else. I know Jenna Marbles recently was canceled for
Well, she canceled
some
herself.
well, yeah, but it was for like some old racial videos or whatever, which I understand, but I don't, because I'm like, some people do genuinely grow past the things that they've done and
Yeah.
learn and understand. And this is just coming from me as a black man. So just so everyone knows, if you guys didn't know already that I'm black by my avatar in the group, then you guys are stupid.
Well, I thought you were pretending to.
I thought you were
But
the blonde one.
I'm the blonde guy with the massive beard.
Yeah, I thought that was you.
But the thing is, like, some people do genuinely do some shit in their past, and they grow past it, and they, learn that it was bad or whatever. Now, granted, she didn't. Well, I don't remember. I don't know if she got rid of the videos or not.
She did. She
but
privated
people
them
remembered.
all.
Yeah.
See, so there it's like she realized what she did. Now, granted, I don't know. Maybe she just realized, oh shit, I could get in trouble for this, but I really don't care. I'm still gonna be the same person, and blocked it. But I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she just really grew past it and was like, oh, well, this is really bad, and what I did was wrong. Because I personally know a few people who were like that and genuinely like racist, like open racist, not closet racist, just racist. And they're way different people now from what they were, and you got to give your hats off to them, honestly. I mean, sometimes ignorance takes a second to get over, but
Yeah.
And then with all of this, all of these sexual assault claims going around everywhere, and even with the Yogs cast, if you guys remember them,
Oh no.
they just a couple days. They've had now their CEO got fired because this was like 2 or 3 years ago, but their CEO got fired for it. One of their biggest members got fired for it, and now just a couple days ago, another member had sexual assault claims, allegations, or whatever, and someone in the Yogs cast tried to defend them. I'm not naming any names because it's pretty obvious. If you guys want to find out, you just YouTube it or whatever.
Yeah.
So you could just look it up. But yeah, that another person, one of the females tried to defend this person, and they both kind of caught the rap because there was substantial evidence to prove that yes, this person was, and that person got fired, and then the other person, I think, is in some trouble in hot water with their
Dang.
head, whom is Lewis, their actual like owner of the Yogs cast, the big head, him and Simon. So yeah, there's that going on, and I just found out about that today. So all I gotta say about it is, people, be the fuck, like, be a good person.
Okay,
like,
yeah, I was gonna ask something. Okay, why is it so hard to just not be a giant faggot? Why is that
Straight
so?
up,
Why is
yeah.
that so
No
difficult
joke.
for some people?
I know.
Don't
Okay.
rape or sexually assault other people, especially minors, and don't be a dickhead. There's like two that. Come on.
Okay, so here's the thing,
Okay,
though.
wait.
With cancel culture does take it too far for no reason sometimes.
Cancel
So
culture?
just how
Well,
you
most
said-
of the time.
Okay, yeah, cancel
Most of-
culture is fucking gay too. I hate Twitter.
Fuck Twitter.
It's literally how I opened my last stream I did. I opened it by saying just fuck Twitter. But
Yeah.
also, why are like all maybe sociopaths and psychopaths like are good at climbing those kind of ranks, so they like gather.
I mean, it is because they push themselves harder.
Yeah,
they're
and
willing
they,
to, like, screw people over
cluster
and
in
manipulate
these, like, little
to-
groups.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, oh, why is it always like celebrities and like top players or something like that that are always fucked up, or like CEOs? It's like because of the way they're wired, they get there into those positions and they're already fucked up.
I think it's
I
kind of
think
like
they're
the
hiding it.
popularity that gets to them, so they feel like they can get away with it because of, the
Maybe
money
that
or the
too,
fame
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
it
I think
is,
it can definitely turn you into one of those kind of people.
Yeah,
Just don't be a little bitch. I mean, come on.
yeah, like just fucking be a righteous person. Like, you don't have to be this super upstanding citizen and feed the homeless 24/7 and all this other stuff. We're just saying, like,
Don't rape.
don't be a fucking pedophile. Don't rape people. Don't sexually assault people. Like, I don't know how fucking hard it is to get that across or make that point, like,
The problem is,
know.
though, is that
I know.
sexual assault, I'm putting this with quotation marks because it's become so vague and such a weird term now because literally
Yeah.
so many things can be considered sexual assault.
It's lost a lot of its
yeah.
meaning, at least
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of times it's like you hug somebody for too long and they consider that sexual assault. There's like
Right,
simple
yeah.
things like that where most of the time like people are getting canceled and then you look into the back and then like this is a problem with cancel culture is that nobody does their homework and nobody like waits until like the details come out. They immediately just start attacking the person. You're essentially guilty till you're proven innocent, which is not how
Right.
it's supposed to be, and it's just completely trash
Well,
that it works
Not
like that.
anymore. There's like a huge pushback against that phrase now.
What phrase?
Against innocent until proven guilty.
No,
That's-
the other way
That's
around.
fucked
Other
up.
way around. Guilty until proven innocent. So you're just the moment that something comes out, you're just assumed
That's
to have
fucked
done.
Yeah,
it
that's what
until-
people are saying is
yeah.
okay now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
no,
saying.
that's-
It's
that's
stupid that
so-
they
so
think that.
weird.
I mean, like, the problem with sexual assault is you get people saying like Angry Joe committed sexual assault, or Mike Z. Like fuck Mike Z, the guy who made Skullgirls. But people will say like he committed sexual assault when all they did is like flirt really bad or be awkward. And it's
Yeah,
like
and at that point, it's just like that's not, in
Yeah.
my opinion, and
I don't
in
think
my
that's
opinion,
sexual
I don't think that's a
assault.
crime or sexual
It's not
assault.
worth being
If you're-
canceled over to me. Like
Yeah,
No.
if you're flirting with someone, but you're, if you're just flirting with someone in general, if it's just words, right? If it's just words and you're just flirting with someone or whatever, so long as you're not taking it into like that sexual realm while you're flirting with someone or what have you, or you're not getting physical with it, I don't see that as an actual issue. I see it as an issue of maybe you need to learn how to talk to people better, but I don't see that as sexual assault,
yeah,
Right.
I agree. I think it's it just weakens like actual accusations.
Right.
That's the problem. Like
Yeah, it takes away from
Let's-
the real stuff.
don't make shit up, which is another. It's like don't be a fag. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Speaking
but
of,
also, don't make shit up just because you can. Like I think the Angry
That
Joe,
makes you just as bad.
the Angry Joe accuser actually deleted her whole thing because she got
She
exposed.
did, but Joe also said he was getting like his lawyers involved. It's possible she got like a cease and desist and had to take it down.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, it seems very likely that her
It's
accusations
probably-
were exaggerated or not
Right.
truthful. So, it's like don't do that.
Yeah.
Go to church or something, maybe. I don't know. Maybe these people need to start going to church.
Take your holy asses to church.
Fucking- maybe the
jeez.
Catholics were right, dude.
They're not Eli. They're
No!
not holy.
Oh.
That was a joke.
What are you saying? We need
Yeah.
another crusade?
No.
I don't know about a crusade, but mandatory church time.
I mean, this is like some Order 66 shit right now. So
Yeah,
someone just activated the call to just call everybody out and just assassinate everyone.
good riddance.
You know what's funny? I was on Twitter, and I'm usually not on Twitter, and I don't know what spawned me to actually like want to go on there, but I went on there, and I immediately regretted it because I follow Sky Williams, and he's a retard, and
Yeah.
I hope
and
he sees
he
this
liked a video. He liked this video, and I was like, oh, what's this video? And I watched the video, and like everyone's like. And like the caption was like, this lady flipped me off in traffic and called me the N-word. And I was like, before I watched the video, I looked at the comments and everyone was like, oh my god, that stupid Karen, that's what she gets. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what this video's about. And I watch it. And it starts with the dude. He has his camera pulled out and he has it like pointed at the lady and she's like freaking out. Like she's just like pulling like the classic like Karen like freak out, like you know what I'm talking about? She's like doing that, but then like it slowly dawned on me, and I started piecing together what happened. What happened is that she flipped him off she like cut him off at an intersection, and then flipped him off, and supposedly she called him the N-word. So his idea was that so what he did is that he stalked her all the way back to her house, and then pulled out his phone and started recording her, and I was like, okay, wait. This is really weird. I don't know how I feel about this. I was just like, I started scrolling through the comments, and I realized that he had an Instagram before, because everyone's like, oh yeah, if you look at the Instagram, you can see that she clearly cut him off, and that she was following him first. Well, first off, he deleted his post, and then secondly, people who did see it in the comments, I saw some of them say that she actually didn't say anything to him. She just flipped him off. So it was actually just like this huge thing. I had to go into like detective mode to figure this whole thing out, but it was just like really weird to me because it's just this dude who literally stalked this woman all the way back to her home and started recording her. And I just like was completely weirded out that like everyone in the comments was just like praising him and saying that he's the better man.
Yeah, it's hard these days because everyone's got a cell phone and everyone's got a camera on them, but the thing is, at the same time, half the videos that you see, you don't always see like the full video, but in some cases you do, and in a lot of cases these people are telling the truth, but in also a lot they're not, and it's, or not that they're not telling the truth, but it's exaggerated, yeah.
Oh, this guy was also proven in the comments to be kind of a weirdo because he also said that the Chinese lady at the restaurant called him the N-word too. And everyone's just starting to assume that he's just doing this just for clout.
He's just throwing it around.
Because like when he was talking to the Asian lady, because he was like a food delivery guy, like he picks up the food, you know, like Uber Eats guy.
Like a Grubhub. Or,
yeah, and apparently like their policy is that he just walks in, tells her like the number, and then she gives it to him. But she like asked him for his phone number, and he like said that she was being racist, and he said that what she said was that she said whatever N-word to him when he said that. And the funny part was is that like I was watching the video, and like when he actually complained to the manager, he left out the part that she said the N-word, but then when he was out of earshot and he was away from them and he was walking out to like other customers, he said, yeah, she called me the N-word. She said whatever N-word. And he got into his car, and I was like, I don't know if I can actually believe you in anything that you're saying anymore. And I think they actually found his criminal records, and he has like a bunch of criminal records on him. So
this guy's just crazy.
This guy's just crazy. But that wasn't the part that like freaked me out. Like it was actually like, it was just weird that it's just people were thinking that it's okay for this man to just literally follow this lady back to her own home and just literally stalk her all the way back home. Like, that's creepy. And there was a lot of people that were just like, yeah, I get that, Karen. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I hate Karens too, but still, are we not going to talk about how creepy this man is?
It's really easy for people to just like click on something and just see like 2 seconds of it or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, or like just read a headline, and then even if it's like not true, they'll just do a correction or something later, and no one will see it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's made everything is too easy for people to assume they know everything, watching, you know, a 5-minute video and then put their opinion out and say that their opinion is fact. And the thing is, I mean, you realistically could just ignore it, and if you see it, you know, if you see it in person, call it out, you know, just say, hey, that's not right. But if you're just watching these videos over Facebook or Twitter or whatever, what have you, just, you know, you don't know the full story, so there's no point in getting wrapped up in it. But that's the problem with the internet today. It's that there's so many armchair admirals. Like, everyone has their YouTube freaking PhD or whatever, you know. They sit around and they just know everything. And it's like, in reality, you don't know what's going on here. You don't know the situation. You just know what you just saw, you know? And that's it. So just let it be what it is, because realistically, if the problem got solved already, there's no help for you saying anything or doing anything about it. So, but I mean, I'm not saying if you see like, you know, an injustice over, you know, a video or whatever, I'm not saying just let that slide, but I am saying, like, give it some more thought before you go and put your 2 cents in, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone speaks before they act. Or speaks rather than acts. Sorry. Dude. Speaking of, Dark Season 3 is out.
Watch it. We're not going to talk
I
about
haven't
it now.
yet, but
Hopefully.
I mean, we can't talk about it.
Yeah,
now.
no one... I'm
Literally
the one
only
who's seen all
Aiden
of
has
it.
finished it yet.
Anyway, if you haven't watched Dark, go watch Dark. Do yourself a favor. Don't look it up. Don't go in completely blind if possible. And try and make it through the first couple episodes. And for Christ's sake, don't watch it in English.
please don't.
Yeah, watch it in German.
Watch it in
Please
German.
watch it in German. Moving on, I guess. Sorry.
Well, we could talk about it next week and
Yeah.
just let people know. Watch it now, and then
Yeah.
next week we'll talk about it.
Definitely. And if we
Or
do
next
talk about it next
podcast.
week, like it'll be spoilers for sure. So
If we can, we don't know if. we're gonna
yeah,
be
we don't
able
know
to-
how much.
We don't know if we'll. Okay. I don't want to say that we're going to do it next week because we don't know, because some of us are busy, so we may not be able to catch up with it and whatnot at that time. So we eventually.
Like whatever.
Eventually.
yeah,
right?
we'll talk about it.
Trust me, when they
I hope
watch
so.
it, like looking back, it'll be like it already.
Well,
It was supposed to
on
happen.
the subject
They'll
of
see.
Dark.
Whenever they watch it, and it was like that was fate.
Well, the thing is, we were talking a little bit about Dark prior to, but we were talking about just the show in general. We weren't really talking about season 3 because I haven't watched it. Ronnie hasn't watched it.
I started watching it.
Oh, you started watching
Yeah, I
it.
watched the
haven't.
first 2 episodes today.
But Aiden is the only one who's finished it. Sean hasn't seen any of it, and but it led us into the conversation of talking about just kind of like scary movies, I guess. And I was saying how I used to really be into or used to really like scary movies, but I've kind of like fallen off of that because woo, 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 woo. Anyway. Dude, I love those dogs.
They're
Anyway,
so cute.
I with scary movies, it's just they're not scary anymore. They're just shocking. You're not really shocking, but it's just jump scares. It's just you wait a moment, and then something happens that you're not, or that you are typically you're expecting it to happen, honestly. But then it happens, and you're just like, whoa, that's all scary movies are these days, and it kind of sucks because I miss when a movie would give you like an actual terrifying vibe and you'd carry that vibe home with you from the movie theaters or whatever, or back to your bedroom after watching it in your living room and you're like, oh, I really don't want to sleep with my door closed and my door open.
I want to
Right.
talk about that because a lot of people just like really like to trash on jump scares. The problem isn't that jump scares suck. The problem is that jump scares are used horribly now in horror movies. Jump scares the whole thing for jump scares is that you would have a long drawn out scene and then boom, the jump scare would happen. And that's what made it good because like you don't want to just have a scene where literally just nothing happens and it builds up to nothing. And that's just the entire movie where nothing gets built up on. There's always a jump scare. But it's about like where you put the jump scare and how you use it. Movies these days, they literally just have the stupid thing where like the lady's walking and then there's a crash and it's the stupid cat. Like that's usually what like horror movies are now. That's why people hate jump scares because they're just used like horribly or they're used like way too often during one movie.
Well, that's my problem. Is it's always something like really loud, popping up suddenly, very in front of you. Like you can do jump scares that are like subtle.
Yeah, well, or you just do the jump scares where actually
It doesn't even have to be like a build-up necessarily either to me. Like it can just like the best ones for me are the ones I just didn't even see coming at all.
Well, that's because the ones that you don't see coming usually are like the ones that like are of the monster or something like that. They're usually like nobody cares about the fake out jump scare where it's literally just the friend coming around the corner going boo.
Yeah.
Like those all suck. They're just like they suck. People want to get scared by the actual like villain of the freaking movie. They don't want to get jump scared by Billy Joe Bob, the cousin.
I was talking to Sean about this a while ago. Actually, he was doing a stream on amnesia, and we were talking about. Well, we were talking about the theory of like how jump scares should be used because I don't know if you guys remember, but early in Amnesia, one of the best jump scares I think just there ever is when you're walking through the room and the piano's playing and you turn around and the monster jumps out. It's early
It's
on
literally
in the
like
game, yeah.
it's right there. It's so close to you
Yeah.
that like you couldn't even run from it. Like
Yeah.
it's immediately right next to you.
And I think the reason, what I was saying is, most jump scares now are like junk food. They work, like they're the bare minimum of something, but they're not used effectively and they're not like high quality.
Well, they're just not
Jump scares-
memorable, is what they
jump
are.
scares can be good food, but most jump scares now are junk food or fast food.
Yeah.
And it's like all about creating the proper atmosphere. Because the thing, like a jump scare can be trash but still work. because it's a loud sound and something moving quickly. You're wired to jump at that.
Yeah, it's like just like someone flinching.
Exactly. You could jump scare someone with literally anything. So that's why a lot of the times it sucks. It's like it gets a reaction out of you, but it's unsatisfying and it's not scary.
It's not earned.
I think the key difference is you're not scared, you're just anticipating it.
Yes, and you're
like it's not real suspense. You're just like, I know something's gonna happen, so when is it gonna happen?
It's almost like a roller coaster when you're waiting to go over the hill.
Exactly.
Except you can't see it. And in this case, the roller coaster fucking sucks.
I was gonna say, dude, I don't know if that's a really good analogy, because roller coasters do incite a genuine fear in you the whole way, and you're just like, but it's the good kind of fear, because you're like,
it's like adrenaline.
Oh god, it's terrifying, but you're like, ooh, give me more, and the whole time it's consistent.
You know, the box is gonna pop out.
I think the roller coaster thing is a good one if you consider the roller coaster's just flat for like, for like 2 minutes, and then it does like a little dip, and then it goes flat again.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like any like suspense or like
is,
any rising in it.
Fake out jump scares can work. I think the premier example, it's very rare. The premier example is from the original Halloween, where you're expecting someone, the killer, Michael Myers, I think. It's Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Myers to come out and kill the guy who's watching the house.
You're canceled.
Yeah, Jesus. You're waiting for Michael Myers to come out and kill the guy, right? But instead it's his friend who puts his hand on his shoulder. But I think it works in that case because it's unexpected still, and you're like, and it's only used like once, and it wasn't common. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that situation can work, but it's harder now, and it takes a lot of like actual effort.
The thing is that situation is still used a lot, but usually doesn't involve. You don't have like, but they remove the killer, like I was saying. They remove that aspect. They just have the friend put his hand on the person's shoulder to be the jump scare.
Yeah. Or like what's the classic? It's like they're like staring at an empty hallway, and they're gonna turn the corner, and then like, the door opens. Hey man, how's it going? Or some shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really like a really common.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about the classic where they just like stare down a hallway and then the monster goes "Rawr," and just like runs down the hallway.
No.
Well, I'm super glad that you both said that, because a perfect example of this is if you guys have ever watched Annabelle. So I think this is the one where she has the baby. I don't know if it's Annabelle the Creation or if it's just Annabelle, but I think it's the one that came out in like 2016 or 2017. I can't remember. But there's this scene where two scenes I want to talk about, both on that subject. One where I felt like it did present really good fear. Like I was actually genuinely scared. Like it in a long time. Like I was like, okay, that's actually creepy. But she's like, the lady is in her house and she leaves her baby in the living room because her baby's in a cradle. And she like hears her baby crying, and the whole time like the scene like goes quiet, like it's silent. You can just hear like the noises of the house, like you could hear the baby's rocker, you could hear her footsteps as she's walking through the house or whatever. And she goes back to go check on her baby, and she walks in, and she looks over towards the window, and in the windows there's like a curtain. But you can see, like, there's something behind the curtain. And slowly from behind the curtain peeks out. I don't know what it is. Obviously, it's like some type of demon. But it looks like what people would depict Satan as. And it just slowly pans out, and it just stares at her the whole time. And she's, like, locked eyes with this thing. And then it starts to smile. And then that's when the jump scare comes in. Like, you're already looking at it, so you already see it, but because it's still like a silent moment, and she's locked eyes with this thing, it's locked eyes with her, you think, like, in a real life situation, that would be the scariest thing, because in the human mind, we're hardwired to, like, recognize the face immediately. So, by her just looking at it, and there being no sound, no jump noise, none of the brrrr noise or anything, it's just that moment, and you're just like, oh my god, what do you do? What do you do? You see that in your house, what do you do? And then it starts to smile, and then the noise kicks in. And that's when you're like, okay, yeah, that's terrifying, that's creepy. But there's another scene that one I thought was like a really good idea and really well done. There's another scene where there's like the ghost of this girl in her house, and she sees it. Like, she keeps seeing it walking through her house. Like, she's like trying to follow it and find out and talk to it. It's like this little girl, and the door, like, she finally ends up in one room that's across. So it's like a hallway, a room, and there's a room on the other side of the hallway, so she can look across the hallway from one room into the other. And in that other room, she's like across from it, she sees the little girl start running, like, towards her, start sprinting towards her, and the door is closing while that's happening. And then right when the door, like, shuts, she jumps, the ghost girl jumps through the door, but she's an adult instead of the little girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that I was like, yeah, well, like, it was all right, but I don't know. It didn't really hit that same note as that scene with the devil does. You know, with him just standing there in the living room next to her baby, looking at her. And it's like, and I think that's probably just because, yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
was more
about,
effective.
does it inspire genuine fear, or does it just startle you?
It inspired genuine fear, because I think what that scene's job was to do was to make you think, what would you do in this situation?
Exactly.
How would you feel if your baby was laying in a carriage next to Satan, you know, and he's just looking at you? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know, would I be brave enough to attack him, or would I be too afraid? You know, you don't really know until you're in the situation. Now, obviously, I would like to say I'd go and I'd sock him in his teeth, but who knows?
I don't know. I think I kind of agree. Like, I feel like jump scares a lot of the time that I maybe this is like, if you think about maybe like meta techniques, right? If you look at an old movie, or like if you put a jump scare that's common now in a movie a long time ago, it might have been really scary, but we're like conditioned to be used to it now. So jump scares that are done in like different ways seem to be more effective. Like, we almost have like an immunity to like certain things.
Yeah.
Like
you see it and you're expecting it.
Yeah,
And
you're
just kinda
expecting
like,
it, or it's like you see something and it's like, I've seen that like a million times. So,
Well, I mean, that's again where I go back to, like, if you set up the atmosphere and the feeling of fear and terror like genuinely well, you won't be thinking meta like that. The problem is that the movie's boring or it's not
That's
set
true.
up very well. Then you're just sitting there like, oh, this again?
that is
Great.
very true.
Best scary movie is The Thing.
Yeah, The Thing, I think I agree, actually.
Which does have some genuine jump scares.
Yeah,
well,
it's a
and
really
the
fucking
entire
good
movie
one.
is nothing but
And
suspense.
in a way where I was talking earlier, where it's not even something necessarily that you're expecting or that's built up. Sometimes it just happens. Some guy just turns into a monster and just out of
To be
nowhere.
fair,
and you're like,
though,
oh, shit.
That's the best kind, I
There
think.
you go.
Like you said, jump scares that don't have like. Okay, I feel like when you watch a horror movie, 9 out of 10 times there's a long shot of them walking and the music fades out, and you're like, okay, in about 3 seconds something's gonna jump out.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about The thing is that the
that shit
entire
doesn't
movie,
happen.
the entire movie is suspense. The
Yeah,
entire thing is
exactly.
who's the monster, and then when they finally figure it out, bam, there he is, and he freaking starts killing people. Like, that's the
Right.
whole thing that makes it good, is that the entire movie is built around
Yeah.
that suspense.
It's
Good
almost like the
concept
whole
and a genuinely
movie is
like
that.
And
scary
it's
setup.
it's executed flawlessly.
It's almost like the
Yeah.
whole movie is walking down the hallway so that
Yeah.
you no longer know when it's gonna happen. It's not obvious anymore. It's just intense.
Yeah, and then you
Well,
turn
what-
around and the dude walking with you starts trying to kill you.
Yeah, and then his
Well,
head turns into
yeah.
a fucking buzzsaw, and he starts flopping
I
on
mean,
the
I think-
floor.
I think an important part of that is, while it is like the whole movie, it's more of like in the back of your mind necessary. It's not like a constant like
Yes.
on edge of your seat to the
No,
point where
that is
eventually
also
you just
true.
kind of like get over that.
And
It's
then
just always just a little thing. Like,
Yeah,
hmm,
you're
who
supposed
could
to
it
be like in the character's shoes. You're also trying to figure out like who's possibly the thing. You're trying to piece it together with them.
Mm-hmm. I think that I really love the fact, like, in a lot of those kinds of things, the reveals wouldn't happen until like the very end. But sometimes the monster's like, fuck it, I'm here, you're dead.
yeah. I don't know, maybe just the key to horror is just making you surprised and making you uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
movies
Yeah,
falling
that
into these common
uncomfortability.
tropes, it's just like it just becomes obvious, and
Yeah,
therefore
I mean,
it doesn't make you uncomfortable or surprised anymore.
Yeah. You have to set up the setup well.
Yeah. And I
The
think
setting
part,
and the concept has to be good, inherently scary, or else it doesn't matter what you do with the scenes. People won't
get scared.
People won't buy it.
And I think the immunity thing is part of it too, because when you watch a lot of horror movies, you just things stop stacking up to it. And when we played a lot of horror games, it was like, oh, this really isn't that scary. But you go back to it and play it, and you're like, wait, this is a lot more disturbing than I remember. This is pretty good.
Exactly.
So
I mean,
You get kind of desensitized.
yeah,
to
you get
it.
desensitized.
exactly.
I
You start
find it
comparing everything.
This is
instead of just taking it for
cultural
what it is.
desensitization to horror movies, almost. It's
I find it
happened on
that
a
I
large
don't even-
scale.
I
I
think
find-
it's because of ghosts. I think the fact that ghosts were so prevalent, you can do anything with ghosts. You're not necessarily limited, so you just start seeing a lot of the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, something else that we weren't expecting, and I don't think anyone, aside from us, but any of the viewers weren't expecting was a spin-off of the podcast that actually recently came out, and I don't think anyone knew that was coming.
I
but,
knew.
That's why I said aside from us.
Oh,
I'm talking about the viewers, listeners, I should say. But one of our own here, right here in the virtual studio.
Oh shit.
One of our own started up his own little spin-off with another certain someone. Why don't you take it away?
All right. It's the Anything Bros podcast, which is me and my brother Rowan, who's previously been on this podcast before. We made a spin-off, which is gonna hopefully, it didn't really work out. Well, the last podcast is really long, but hopefully be slightly shorter versions that are more centralized on one thing that I wouldn't talk about on this podcast because not everyone knows about it. So the first one we did, which is the last one as well, so we've only done one at this point, was about a manga series called Kengan Ashura. I recommend you guys check it out. And we'll definitely be making more, and we'll probably also be having occasional guests from the main podcast, or guests who have been guests on the main podcast as well. So if you're looking for a smaller scale, shorter podcast about more topics that we don't really cover here, then you could check it out.
Dude, the plug. Where's the plug? Where can we find this?
You can find it at www.youtube.com/AnythingGoesPod. Go to
Sweet. So it's
videos,
on the channel.
uploads, and it's right there.
It's pretty neat, man. Yo, honestly, so I listened to it when I was watching it,
Okay.
and I was actually a little bit jealous because your guys' intro it was so much better than ours, in my opinion. I was like, oh, dude, that's quality right there.
Dude,
do we even
honestly-
have an intro?
He's talking about the one.
Like the little intro video.
But
that
we don't.
came
But
in,
I'm
the
saying
animation
I'm
and
saying this
everything.
podcast doesn't have one. The furthest thing we had was the freaking.
Well, we have the song, and then we've got the little curtain.
Yeah, but we don't got an
thing that comes up,
animation
but-
though.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
We've
don't
had
have
some
an
really good
animation.
ones on here, like Ronnie destroying the whole world or whatever.
I didn't destroy
Or
the
not
whole
seeing
world. The whole world was already destroyed.
Yeah, all right, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah. Aiden and Rowan had a nice intro animation, and I was like, oh, that's neat. And I was like, that would be cool.
Yeah, Andre put in work on that. So
Yeah,
also
really
he put
did.
in
I'm
all
proud
the
of that guy.
pictures and even a video, which I requested. I sent him all the pictures and timestamps, but I was like, if you, I was gonna include a clip here, but it seems like a pain, so just use this picture. And he's like, no, fuck it. So he went and got the clip anyway and put it in. So I appreciate that,
Yeah.
Andre.
Oh, is that why the quality was so low on that clip?
Yeah, it's because he ripped it probably from the from the trailer, which to be fair is what I was gonna do. So anyway, check it out. Check out the spinoff.
Yeah,
Look for
guys,
more
check it
spinoffs
out.
to come. Maybe,
Support-
probably
Support
not.
the channel, people.
Yeah, and
Talk
hopefully
about a
we get some
self plug.
there's new types of content on there.
Yeah,
soon.
Ronnie's gonna upload more memes. That's
I wanted to upload some of the streams I did, but like I said, they're all like 40 plus gigabyte videos. So
You need to
I
find
just
a way
deleted
to
them.
fit that out.
Yeah, that's the thing with this channel. I do want like gameplay video uploads and stuff like that, and eventually, like once we've all like started uploading like a bunch of like gameplay or whatever videos, you know, whatever it may be, you just make them into separate playlists, and we could
Right.
each throw up our own, like into our own playlist of, you know, Sean's uploads.
Exactly.
Ian's uploads, the podcast. Both of the podcasts will have those split into their own playlists or whatever, just to make it easier, because I do kind of want to have like a lot of just stupid content on here. It doesn't matter what it is, just so long as we're having fun, that's all I really care about, so that's all it's really for. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys just gave me the cold shoulder there.
Sorry, dude. I thought it was good, well said. I was like, all right, let's let it breathe for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
If there's anything else that comes up, or you know, anything that we decide, like that you decide you want to upload or whatever, I mean, it's more than likely 100% okay. Just go ahead and upload it, throw it up there. You know, just let the others know that it's going up there. We do have like I said, well, when I was saying plans, when I say plans, those are kind of the plans, just for us to upload a bit more and just have fun with the channel.
Right.
I'm not really about making it all like super professional or anything like that. I don't really care too much for that. I just care more so that we're all having a good time with the channel that exists as it is. And so far, I mean, yeah, we're getting back to consistency with
Right.
with the uploads for the podcast. And then it was good that you know, Aiden got his video out there, or his podcast out there, given the one that we recorded still isn't out yet.
That's
So
a
at the point of
monster of a
recording this-
podcast.
Yeah, so at the point of recording this one right now, the other one still isn't uploaded yet, but by the time that you guys hear this one, obviously it'll be out. But we did something special for that last one, and it's almost 2 hours long, so that one will be uploaded pretty soon. We just, you know, Andre's got his hands full. The guy's a master at what he does, and greatly appreciate all his hard work.
Yep. And hopefully start adding timestamps onto them as well.
Dude,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know the
that's
timestamp
a new
feature is tight.
Yeah.
Is
Fucking cool.
Have
Surprised
you
it took them
noticed?
so long.
Have you noticed how like apps such as, let's just say, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter or whatever, how they change but ever so slightly? Like, do you remember what YouTube used to look like?
Yeah, it looked like
Oh
garbage.
god, it looks like fucking trash. That's what it looked like.
yeah. I mean, I remember the outrage when they changed it though.
Yeah, I do
People were
too.
really
I
unhappy
remember
about
that.
And
It's
people are
just crazy
stupid.
how
The
far
original one looked like garbage.
Oh my god.
changed
I will
so
say, you know what I don't like they did though? Like they put like
What's
the
that?
comments like at the top.
Oh, you're talking about on
That's
mobile?
On
That's
mobile, yeah, yeah.
And I hate
I
that.
It is
Yeah,
really
I
weird.
think
It
that's
is
fucking
stupid. I don't
whack.
like it either. I always scroll down to go and look for the comments, and
Well, the
then
thing
I'm
is,
like,
I
and then it
I
tells
like
you to
the
scroll
show
up.
more button, whereas now you can like scroll infinitely. I'm like, no, stop,
Mhm.
stop. It's like obviously done in a way that makes you want to just keep scrolling absent-mindedly, which is why I hate it. So I'm the kind of person who like
eventually you'll
scroll. To,
come across.
you'll find.
Well,
some-
the other thing I've noticed is like they've taken away that like how they used to just have like a continuous autoplay of like your videos, which, you know, I get how people wouldn't like it and I get how people don't. Me personally, I didn't really care for it. I thought it was kind of cool, just because it would autoplay whatever the next video is. Now
They
it'll
still
do
have
that.
that.
Like, well, it's like now it'll do like four videos and then it'll just pause and it'll stop.
Yeah, I don't
So
So
ask
if you're
you.
just like listening, yeah. So
Oh.
if you're like listening to music or whatever, it does the Netflix. Are you still listening? Are you still watching?
It
Yeah.
works for
I'm
me because
listening
I
to
fall
music.
asleep.
Yes, I'm
to that.
still here. Sorry, I wasn't. Yeah, so it's like if I'm listening to music on YouTube, do like a playlist or something, it'll do that. It'll play like four or five songs, and then it stops and asks me if I'm still listening. I have to come back to it. Yes, I am. I'm cleaning my house. Sorry. But, yeah, that's something I have to do today. I'm not going to. My work gave me a new mask.
You what?
A new mask. Yeah.
Does it have a shark mouth on it?
What? No. A shark mouth?
Yeah, like you know that they put on airplanes.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, like the old, like, what was it, like World War II, like, planes or whatever, yeah. What was the purpose of that? Why did they do that?
For fun.
Yeah, I don't know, intimidation.
There's another movie, another war movie, 1917, that I've heard some good things about. And I really
That's the one that just came out?
Yeah,
I think
17?
so, yeah.
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 Yeah, I did hear some pretty good things about them.
There's that movie, and there's another one. I don't think it's out, but there was like a trailer for it, and I saw the trailer, and it looked super good. It's like the end of the world. Like I guess like this massive nuke or bomb or something goes off, and I think it's called Greenland or Greenfield, something like that.
Here, I'll look it up. What you guys are
Nothing's
showing?
coming out anymore.
Yeah, nothing's coming.
Who
out
knows
now.
what's going on with that?
Greenfield.
Greenland movie? Yeah.
Greenland?
Disaster
Is that what it is?
thriller that came out in 2020.
Sounds about right.
I'll be honest, I don't really like disaster movies that much.
Well, I feel like there's not enough of them.
I don't like them because they're too real.
They're too real.
Like a meteor is smashing into Earth, and I'm like, wow, that could actually happen. No thanks. Be reminded of your own fragile mortality, watching a meteor destroy the entire planet. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, the fact that if that were the case, yeah, there's absolutely zero
I'll just
humanity
watch,
can do
like,
about
Arnold
it aside from
shoot-
watch our own
Yeah,
death.
exactly. I watch Arnold shoot a bunch of people or something instead. But
Yeah, it's called Greenland.
Greenland. It looks pretty explosive based on the cover.
Okay. Yeah, I found the YouTube video for it, the trailer. I didn't watch it, I just started it, but I immediately went straight to the comments, which is already like a bad thing. You're never supposed to just read comments on anything before you watch it. Damn, it literally it ruins your take on it. It ruins your idea of whatever it is. But first comment is, I'm glad Hollywood is putting out feel-good movies in a time like this.
Yeah.
2020 coming soon this month, everyone.
No.
Dude, 2020 sucks.
Basically, yeah, it's like this is just what the year is gonna be. That's probably like what's gonna happen at the end of the year. That's the finale of 2020.
Please don't say that.
No.
Please don't say that.
That's no.
I'm down for that.
No thanks.
I want to be closer to the dinosaurs.
Dude, like I said, dude, it does bring in mind your own mortality, because you're just like, yeah, there's absolutely nothing we can do about that.
They found
We're just gonna die.
They found 100 dead elephants. They don't know why they're all dead.
What?
Really?
What are you talking about?
I had the news report. I was looking at it beforehand, and I completely forgot where it is. But they literally found like a bunch of dead elephants, like 100 dead elephants, and they don't know what happened.
Oh wow, you're not kidding. They actually did.
Yeah, like some of them were just like some of them like slowly died. Some of them just like walked around in a circle and just collapsed and died, and they don't know what happened.
Dude,
Dang, that's
it's crazy because
And there was also 60,000 antelope that died in 4 days,
What the fuck?
and they don't know
What?
why.
yeah, I remember that. I did read about.
I think
that
there was like
just recently.
400 vultures that also died, so they're thinking it's poison or something.
Like anthrax, maybe.
Oh, I have it right here.
Well, no, because vultures can eat anthrax. Vultures can. I don't know. Well, there's also that massive locust swarm.
The one in
it's-
Vegas?
No, it's in like Africa or whatever, and they
Ugh,
like
there's
release
more than
the
one.
ducks
Awesome.
to like
Yes.
take them out. Yeah,
Apparently it's
it
some
was
kind of
some
bacteria.
like unprecedented number.
Oh, this
of
is in
locusts.
2018 though. This is a while.
The plagues, dude.
No, right here,
7
dude.
plagues
Like
are
right
back.
here. A catastrophic die-off of elephants is happening in northern Botswana, and no one knows why. It's vital that a team of independent experts visit and sample the carcasses before any more elephants die, or this spills over into the local human population. This was tweeted on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, you wanna hear something weird, Ronnie?
Yeah.
I just found another headline from 2015. 60,000 antelope die in 4 days, and no one knows why.
Yeah, that's in the article that I'm looking at right now. So it's probably just them repeating themselves.
Why do journalists do this? Do they have like some secret group where they all agree to like copy each other's headlines?
Well, what are you on? Are you on Fox News?
Or CBS, I think.
Oh, I'm on Fox News.
Is there a more
Fox,
incestuous industry than fucking journalism?
Journalism?
No.
I swear they're like just copy, bro. Look at my review. Okay. Copy it, but don't make it obvious. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's crazy because right now, 2020 is. There's been so many crazy, weird signs of like the end of the world. I'm not like a super conspiracy theorist or whatever. I like to listen to them because it's just interesting hearing what people say or how people come up with things. Because sometimes I'm like, dude, you're absolutely insane, and that's just stupid how you connect that. But then there's also like things where I'm like, yeah, there's some credence to that. But this year, there's been so much going on that you just can't deny it. It's like, it feels like we're in the end of days. Like, eventually, like within the next year or so, it's just gonna be over. Like, that's it. We've got swarms of about 40 million locusts, and they eat about the same amount of food in one day as 35,000 people.
What the fuck?
Which is
That's
crazy because people in Africa
what?
no, that's what I'm reading right here on Bloomberg.
Wait, one
Bloomberg.
locust eats how much?
No, not one locust. It contains about, this swarm right now contains about 40 million locusts, and the swarm is about the size of 1 square kilometer.
Holy shit.
So it's pretty damn big, about a mile. And,
Well, they're all bunched up in one place. Just pesticide them, dude.
That's the thing. I guess they've been trying or whatever, but they can't.
Nuke them.
And,
We need
and,
nuke
'em, dude.
They eat it.
Just blow them up. They're just bugs. They'll die.
Yeah, what about the African people?
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. They eat.
Sucks
If
to be
40
them.
million locusts eats the same amount of food in one day as about 35,000 people, then people in Africa are already starving like crazy. So it's like, except for like in South Africa.
Well, those poachers are
Who
always
cares about
pinching
those
for
people?
money, so hire them.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is it. How are poachers gonna stop locusts?
Shoot 'em.
What are they gonna do? Just
Shoot 'em,
fire
dude.
guns?
Yeah, shoot them until all the numbers have dwindled down.
No, I think their actual like plan was to like release ducks because ducks just eat locusts. So they've got like a shit ton of ducks to
Yeah.
just release out
And
there.
then you send the
to-
ducks in, and then the swarm like overtakes them, and they leave nothing but bones.
The ducks are like doing a good job, and they're watching. They're like, oh, they're doing it.
And
They're
then they get
saving us.
swarmed,
And then
it's
they
all
get
over.
covered, and they're like, oh, they're fine. They'll be no, oh no, they're dead.
And then now it's a kilometer of duck skeletons.
Oh my god. Well, I don't know where you get a kilometer of ducks, man. That's crazy.
I don't know, where did they get a
That's lot
kilometer
damn ducks.
of locusts?
I don't know.
Dude, locusts
Breeding-
just
They
breeding,
didn't get
bro.
them. They just
They're-
appeared.
They appeared.
Exactly.
Yeah, they just showed
just,
up.
Just
Dude,
summon, however
God
they were
was mad,
summoned.
dude.
Dude,
God's like,
yeah,
fuck
I'm
this
telling
stuff.
you, it's the new 7 plagues.
You think God was reading Twitter and he was like, "Fuck Twitter, man." I'm
To
just
be
gonna
fair,
send a fucking
locust
We
is
need
one
more
of the
plagues.
locust is one of the plagues. So
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
I'm
there was
saying,
That's what I'm
also-
bro.
saying. God's like, "Fuck these guys, dude. Get rid of these
About
people."
to smite down freaking Ramses' firstborn in the long line of descendants.
Well, not only that, but you also got to remember the fires in Australia were the
the
biggest
freaking-
fires they.
Firestorms.
Yeah. it
There was giant
yeah.
hail.
Yeah, they
Everyone
had
go to
like
church.
not even golf ball size hail, dude. They were like freaking billiard ball size hail. And I was watching videos of that stuff, and I was terrified because
Just wait
There are
till
these
Trump
people that,
comes
like,
down with his 10 commandments.
dude,
Then
if
we're in for
you've, dude, Trump is gonna bring about the final end of days because we've also got riots and protests, and
I mean, look, Chaz can do its own thing, okay?
I'm just scared.
Chaz, the Chaz rides alone.
are you making a Yu-Gi-Oh reference?
Yes, I am. because they were retarded enough to name themselves Chaz.
Hey, man, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong with it, but it's okay.
Well, this has been a depressing episode.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
This is why we need a good topic.
My good day has been ruined.
Okay.
Yeah, we've actually had nothing planned. My fault.
Yeah, Eli was like,
And,
guys, let's record. I was like, all right.
I was like, let's just talk.
It's
man.
pretty
We don't
good.
need topics. Let's just.
This episode
go.
is
Nah.
This episode is very Eastern European. This is depressing. It's dark.
Okay.
There's a lot of silence.
Fortunately, that's just the world we're in right now.
It's real. It's real talk, though.
It's
you
real
can't
talk,
say that.
yeah.
We've
It's
had some
important to
real
talk about.
Is
Yeah.
it for us?
I think so, yeah.
Does anyone care what we think about these stupid pedophiles?
No,
Probably
but I
not.
mean, I don't think it's good to just ignore
Bold
it.
of you to assume someone's listening.
I know that there will be at least one person listening to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Shout out to
there
that
will
one
be
dude in
at
the
least.
comments
It's
that
Rowan.
isn't Rowan.
That isn't Rowan. I was waiting for that. Dude, well, there is
Oh, yeah,
one
there
good
do
thing
be
to talk
people
about.
in the-
Talking about the Steam sale. And although the
Well,
Steam
what's on
sale
there?
was, funnily enough, underwhelming, I know several
Hasn't
people
been
here.
underwhelming for years.
Okay, true. But several people
It's
here got
okay.
something, so what are you guys up to with that?
I think it's underwhelming just because we have so much of the good stuff where I think
Fair enough.
that's just the first thing.
That's
but
probably true.
I don't even know what's in it. Haven't I?
everything. Like 90% of the store is on sale in some way.
It's true.
It's pretty
Well,
much
that's
just a
good.
game of like what smaller, like lesser known game can I find on sale that's gonna be pretty sweet.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna check it out right now. Hold on.
Ronnie, what'd you get again?
I got all the Yes games for like $15. No, wait, no. I got for like $10.
All of them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Dude, I can get more sim games, like simulator games.
Dude, true.
Like
Dude, I wonder
Uh,
if Uno's on sale again.
dude, I wonder if train renovator is
Train?
train station renovator.
Okay.
Dude, I wonder if we could play
It
Uno
is.
again. I miss
For
Uno.
$11.
Who knows, though?
For $11? Dude, you gotta get it. Well, Ronnie got Yes. Sean got a bunch of weird games.
Picked up, a couple of roguelikes, some potential stream content games.
Pretty good haul.
Some good stuff.
Seemed pretty good, at least.
Yeah, I mean, some of it I just bought because they have the thing where if you
Yeah,
pay
he paid
$30, you get 5 off, and I was like, well,
Might as well.
I guess. So, works out. Synthetic is sick. I recommend it to everyone.
Dude, I highly
if you like,
recommend
if you
Synthetic.
like Enter the Gungeon, buy Synthetic.
Synthetic is actually godlike.
It is really good.
I haven't been obviously haven't been gaming too much, playing too many games or anything, but I have recently been playing Neo 2 again, but that's because my younger brother picked it up and he's been wanting to play with me, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So whenever he gets off of work and I'm off of work, so I try to like take a nap when I get home from work, and then he gets home, and then we go and we'll play like that for a little bit. We'll do like a couple missions and that's it. But I realize that Neo 2 is definitely meant to be played with someone if you really want it.
It's so much easier with two
Yeah, it
people.
makes the game that much easier. Also, shout out to my dad. Happy birthday. Today's my dad's birthday.
hey,
I didn't
happy
forget,
birthday,
but I
Dad.
wanted to say it on the podcast. So.
Dude,
Not that he watches or
epic.
anything, but I'll make him watch this episode just to hear me tell him happy birthday. He's the big no 47, I think.
The
My
big
mom
one.
is my mom is like
47.
50. My mom's like 50 something.
Wow.
I don't know,
bro,
man. Like,
dude, what the fuck?
I don't
know your
remember
own
anyone's
parents'
birthday or anyone's age, so I feel shitty, but then I don't because most people expect it of me. They're like, yeah, it's Eli. He didn't.
Right. Eli, he's not gonna remember.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, play. I've been trying to get into gaming again more heavy because I haven't been, and it's been
Yeah.
kind of hard for me to step back into gaming because of work and the hours that
Yeah.
I'd be working sometimes, and then I just come home and I'm just tired, dude. I'll go and I'll eat, take a shower, and then just want to go straight to sleep.
Yeah.
That's it. Or I'll just like throw on YouTube and like lay there watching YouTube or Netflix until I pass out. So that's just been me these recent weeks.
Mm-hmm. I think a new Apex character came out. I didn't look, but I think I saw something about that.
Well, really? Wasn't that a while ago?
I mean,
remember.
there's
Yeah, I was
Loba,
gonna say I
but
remember Loba, but I don't know
I think
anyone else after that.
I feel like I heard either a new one got revealed or it's out. I don't know.
Oh, Smash.
Oh yeah.
back to. I know we started off the podcast talking about Smash, but the new character. Who was it?
Min.
Min Min. Yeah. She's cool.
Has anyone
She's
even
cool.
played her?
I've watched. No, I haven't played
I
it, but I've
bought the
seen a
second
little
pass.
bit.
Neither have I.
so.
What the heck, Aiden?
Sorry, dude. I just don't really I don't care.
What the heck,
Min-Min's
Aiden?
cool.
You literally in your stupid spin-off podcast, you're like, we'll talk more about her when we play her.
Wow, dude.
And
You
you-
call my spin-off stupid?
Yeah,
Hey,
jeez.
hey. Fuck
You
okay?
literally lied to them, Aiden. You lied.
Listen,
You lied to them and you lied to me. The worst sin you could possibly do.
hey.
Yeah.
I'll lie to you all I want. Fuck you, little bitch.
Whoa! See,
Wow.
and that's why the world is ending.
Ron is
Yeah.
in
Aiden likes
bombast
to
tier
lie.
now.
Aiden is the cause of the end of the world. Everyone direct your hate at him
I mean,
because
do
he
it.
likes to lie.
I'm a lying dude. I don't know. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Plus, this,
Yeah, I've been playing Smash lately, but I still just like don't really care about the new character.
it's hard to
I
care,
haven't even
especially
touched my
double so when the
Switch
Smash
lately.
community is just so crap.
Right.
I haven't touched my Switch lately, which makes me feel bad because there's people out there who need and want a Switch, and I'm just like,
I mean, I just log into Animal Crossing and check the stores and then turn it off.
Or I haven't turned on my Switch in like months.
yeah.
I haven't turned on
same.
my
It's been
PS4 in a
months
long
for me.
time
I
either.
mean, what's coming out, right? Like, there's nothing to
Dude,
get you.
Can we
when
talk
you
about
turn
how
it on.
fucking Nintendo had one of their best years ever, like financially, and all they did was release Animal Crossing?
Right.
Yeah.
I hate you, Animal Crossing simps. Okay. It's because
fun
of
game.
you guys that we're never gonna get any good games ever again.
Paper Mario.
It looks like ass.
Does it?
I mean,
All I
it's
know is the
Sticker
gimmick,
Star
and the
2,
gimmick looked
3,
fun
I
to
mean.
me.
Sticker Star 3, apparently.
I'm gonna reserve judgment, but you're probably right.
Well, I think it looked nice, but like when I saw it with Sticker Star 3, I'm like, I don't know.
Who would have
Do yourself
thought?
Yeah.
a favor, Sean. Don't read any comments. Don't listen to Aiden. Just
Yeah, dude, yeah.
go
I mean,
into
I
it.
don't
Just
know
go
if I'll buy
into
it,
yourself.
but
Well, Andre literally said, he's like, I want you guys to talk about how Nintendo betrayed us. And I immediately
Yeah.
replied with, I was like, was no one expecting this to happen?
Right.
well, everyone expected.
Yeah,
that to
exactly.
happen. That was like every comment was like, "Oh, it looks good."
In
but
the
if
first
it's like the
trailer, they
others-
show off that it's already different. So,
I mean, they show that it's different in a way, not necessarily that it's not RPG anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it
Which-
looked like it could be an RPG
Yeah.
based on the first thing, but
I thought just because Mario and Luigi, the separate series,
was over.
was over, that maybe they would revert this back, but no.
you thought wrong.
Mario RPG, I guess, is just dead.
Mario RPG, there is
Oh,
no
well.
Mario RPG anymore. Get over it.
Kind of sad because
It
they're
is
really
sad.
good.
It is sad. It's stupid. It's really stupid, especially since they're like, oh, well, the reason why we took out the RPG elements is because you already have one. Well, now that we got rid of that RPG, I guess you're just not
I mean,
allowed
they
to
didn't
have
necessarily
it.
get rid of it. The studio closed because
Well.
nobody bought it.
They went bankrupt.
You know what? Yeah.
But
Well,
Nintendo
everyone
didn't buy
should
them
have
out,
bought
though.
it then.
Well,
Yeah,
it's already
I don't
known,
think-
dude. Nintendo knows really well how to make a game. Nintendo is great at making games, but they are terrible at marketing. And I want to say knowing their audience, but I don't because
I think
It's
they're
always
50-50 on
50-50.
marketing.
it's
Sometimes
always
they're
50-50
boneheaded, and
with
sometimes they're like
Yeah, the Wii
genius.
U.
And
Yeah.
Wii U was boneheaded, but Switch is like genius. So
They
You know,
read,
you never
sometimes
know.
they'll read the audience perfectly and be like, this is what everyone wants, this is what people are gonna get, and everyone is like, yes, thank you. And then other times it's just like, this is what the audience wants, this is what they're gonna get, and everyone is like, you fucking kidding me? What the fuck
Yep.
is this? So it's always it's super 50-50.
yeah. I just want like a sick direct to just get me hype on this the rest of their year.
Oh,
I just want anything. I just want something.
yeah, I know. I gotta say, Sony was a big letdown, dude. As is tradition.
It was a letdown, but at least I like know what they're doing.
Yeah. At least I know
Yeah.
now. PS5 has no games.
Well, the
I
thing
want
is, you also
just one game.
well, the thing is with like Sony and Microsoft, at least like when they do like their quote unquote directs, when they do these videos or these presentations, at least when they do it, you don't always see everything. You see a good majority of the stuff, but there's always still so much that's just like in the background that doesn't get talked about. A lot of indie and stuff like that, and that's where like the really good stuff comes in. Is the stuff that you don't get to see immediately, which is
True.
Just like if you go to like Gamescom or E3, or not go to it, but like if you're watching it, always in like when you go and you're watching like the main presentations, they have like their set of stuff that you'll get to see. But if you go to all of the smaller sets, or you're watching at a lot of the smaller sets or whatever, that's where you see like a lot of the gems. So that's where you really want to like expect and wait to see, because you want to see those indies. And it's the same way for Xbox as it is Sony. But with Nintendo, I feel like when Nintendo releases their stuff or shows their stuff at these directs, they blow their whole load. Like that's it. This is what they've got. This is what you're getting, and there's nothing more outside of that.
It feels that way because Nintendo doesn't really have super strong third-party indie support necessarily. There's not a lot of games that come out that are super hyped for it. It's a lot of like ports, re-releases. So it feels like you're getting the whole load because it is. Nintendo basically carries their own console. It's been that way for a long time.
Well, at the same time, they do. I can't completely knock them because they do put out, the occasional gems such as, Cave Story and, like games like that just come out. And even when back in the days of Yonder, when we were able to hang out, because now we're shut down again.
We are? Huh?
We're going to be, yeah.
There's talks if they want to do it again.
Fuck those guys.
And it's not even
Do what
just
I
talks.
want.
It's like it's almost guaranteed it's gonna happen.
They're just waiting for the 4th of July to be over so they can make
That
money
shit
off
is
the
so
holiday.
supremely retarded.
But
I mean,
even back then when we, a year ago, I don't even want to say a year ago, but when we would play just like these crappy, like really, really bad. What was that game that we were playing? It was like 4 characters in a dungeon, different guns, or it was kind of like Enter the Gungeon, but it was...
I don't know, Eli, you're the one who bought it.
I
And it crashed.
bought it because it was like, I bought it for cheap. It was like,
Yeah, it was like
$2, and I
$2,
was like, why not? So I bought it. But you can't say we didn't have... It was a lot
No, it
of
is
fun
fun.
when we played it, when it wasn't crashing consistently, so...
True.
But like games like that, I feel like kind of make it worth it, because you find these small gems and stuff like that that you get for like a couple bucks.
The thing is,
I think
I
I
wish the
didn't even pay the
PlayStation
$2.
thing-
I used the Nintendo.
I wish they actually showed some like real games instead of just indie shit the whole time. That was the thing, though.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the power of PlayStation 5. And it's like, this looks like a PS3 game. Like, fuck off. This is the power of the PS5. I don't know. It's just like underwhelming.
Kind of like how the Xbox One
Exactly.
how it kept just Minecraft.
This
every
is the power of
fucking
the
year.
Xbox One. It's Minecraft. It's like,
Minecraft.
wow, epic.
4K Ultra HD, 20,099.
do you remember that
freaking
stupid
feet.
thing that they were advertising where like it was like a holographic
holographic?
image?
Yeah,
That thing, and they had it for like
Minecraft hologram.
Minecraft. Whatever happened to that thing?
Dude, that fell off.
People
the
are like,
face of,
that's stupid, and
existence.
so they can do it. I don't know.
Immediately. I heard nothing about it after that
Yeah.
E3. After
I forgot about it till you just mentioned it right now.
Yeah. But I do remember seeing it. They had like the table, and it was like the holographic Minecraft level or that they were in, and they were like moving around in it, and I was like, okay, I can see where you guys are going with like the future technology, but Minecraft, I mean, I guess you guys gotta start small, right? You gotta
I don't know.
start somewhere, but I thought it was like,
I don't know.
yeah, no one's interested except for children, and the children that are interested in it can't afford to have that kind of technology
Gaming
in
has
their
just
house,
been, like-
unless their parents are just loaded.
Gaming
So
has been ass this year. Let's be honest.
well, I don't know, dude. I'm backlogged on some pretty good games.
No, but I mean like
so.
games releasing this year.
Oh yeah.
The best thing, okay, I mean I won't talk about Animal Crossing. Other than that, the best thing to come out of this year game-wise was the memes created by Last of Us 2. Like not even the game, just the memes because the game was fucking stupid. It was like the best part of the year.
Hey man, Persona 5.
Oh yeah,
Royal
play a
Yeah.
90-hour filler
It's pretty
again.
sweet.
But it still wasn't. Look, you're saying it was that.
Look,
that
it was just
the
a
memes were the
glorified
best
DLC
part. I'm
sold
saying there was
back to you
other
for
stuff
full
that
price.
was good.
It's
I'm
not.
just-
It's so much more than that.
How?
Yeah, I'm
Literally
saying there's
how?
oth-
I
there
mean,
was
they
other
They
stuff
make
added-
a
that came
ton
out
of
that wasn't
improvements
bad.
to the base game to like fix a lot of the issues people had with it, and the extra content is like 30+ hours.
30 hours?
Yeah,
So it's what? It's like a 160-hour game now? Like, what's...
it's really long. Yeah.
That game is way too long, dude.
It is.
That game drags on at the
Yeah,
end.
that
I'm
I
not
can
gonna-
I can attest to that. Yeah, that's true. It's like it is a fun game and it is really enjoyable, but God, does it need to be that long?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like there were some good games.
There was
earlier.
plenty of
Yeah.
good games.
There's Neo 2.
There's
Yeah,
Neo
Final
2,
Fantasy
Doom.
7.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot that.
Doom,
Doom,
those
Final
came
Fantasy
out.
7.
I
I'm
haven't
looking at a
played
list right now. There was Half-Life Alyx.
Did anyone even hear
Well,
anyone play that?
But who
Yeah,
cares?
I
It was
wanna
still a
hang
good
out.
game.
Played it, so.
Who cares? It was still a good game.
Fair enough.
Literally, like the
Yeah.
best VR game like that's been
Ever.
put out.
Ever, aside
Yeah.
from Beat Saber.
Dude, Job Simulator freaking annihilates Half-Life. Come on. Not even close.
Rocket Aegis 3 also came out.
Not really.
No, wait, maybe.
Oh.
I'm just looking at 2020.
Why?
I don't know if it got
Ages is
released
cool,
yet.
dude.
Dreams came out in 2020.
Yeah. Overall, there
Dreams.
was really some good
The
stuff.
best
that
part
came
of
out
Dreams
this
is
year. It's
Wario
just-
screaming and dying.
Yeah. SpongeBob Rehydrated, that also came out.
Sure, yeah, it just come out. Supposedly it's pretty good.
I just feel like at this point we've kind of been spoiled with so many good games but they're not like that wow factor game, you know.
Halo
So now
Infinite's
we're
also
just kind of
coming
like
out.
we play these games and they're just like, oh yeah,
There's
that's a
really
good
big
game. But-
gaps between them, it feels like.
Yeah.
And, you know, the lack of, like, E3 and stuff to, like, really hype people up.
Dude, not having E3 sucks.
It really
Yeah, the
does.
hype does kind of drop because of that.
I just have to wait so long. So we have to wait like over a month between Microsoft and Sony's things. And Nintendo's like, you know, we didn't have anything to show anyway, so like we were not even gonna bother. I don't know, man. This is whack.
Well, I don't have any other topics, guys. I don't know what else to talk
I think we
about.
we covered a good amount of stuff. We're actually well, like, over our usual times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made it pretty
Well,
far. It's kind of a depressing episode.
I don't think it was that depressing. I think we did have some pretty depressing topics,
Yeah.
but
Well, can we end the episode with a solid shout out to Tongo?
go ahead,
No,
continue.
we're not shouting out that
No,
guy.
shout out to Tongo.
We're not shouting out
Then
Tongo.
how about this, Ronnie? How about a shout out to Chris Redfield on YouTube?
Yes, we can shout out to
Please.
Chris Redfield.
Go look up Chris Redfield on YouTube. The actual
Do you think he'd be
channel.
mad if we put his, like, Ethan video as our outro?
Probably not. Or at least
Can we do that?
put a little bit of it in there. Definitely we have
I don't
to.
care. Do it.
Yeah, let's
Do
do
it,
it.
Andre, please.
Just give up escaping, Ethan. Just give up your semen, Ethan. Just give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it. Why? Here's how the story goes. You find out by the village in the mountains where Ethan's no doubt. There's werewolves and snow and guns everywhere, but none of that matters. He's gonna fuck Claire. Yayo, yayo, yayo. Oh.
His name is Winters.
That's Ethan Winters. But he'll become a Redfield. Become a Redfield?
How will that happen?
Yo ho ho, you're gonna give a cum call. Yayo, yayo. Don't matter how fast you run and where you go, I will be right there anywhere on the globe. I'll get rid of the women in your life, except for my sister. I'll make her your wife. Yayo, yayo, yayo. Just fuck my sister. She's the last fertile member of our bloodline. Yayo, Ethan. Just fuck my sister.